Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Oh man, this is a very special episode because I've been looking forward to doing this review of Tyler Perry Unleashed. Is what I want to title this series. So Stacy was watching TV on Amazon, and what happened, Stacy?
It said recommended next. Tyler Perry presents Ruthless. I said, okay. First three episodes are free. I ain't got shit else to do with my life. Bloop.
That's how things go bad. That's how
Why?
things go bad. If
Why?
you if you have not seen this show, if you're coming to this review because you just watch us and you're like, oh, Stacy and David are back again. Yeah, let me tell you something. This show is by far some of the most graphic thing I've seen on TV that was not like Cinemax After Dark, which they don't even do anymore. I don't think. But this is even worse than that. Like, the show's called Ruthless. It's the first season. It's 24 episodes. We are about to review 21 of the 24 episodes. We binged it over the last week or so. Any of you heard of a BET Plus? Have you ever heard of BET Plus before this?
Yeah.
BET Plus is like Pornhub minus. Like, that's what this is. Like, Tyler Perry, who started off in dresses to give people a Christian message with humor, with some kind of holy something in the Medea movies, he said, fuck that. Okay. This, as everything Tyler Perry does, this is created, written, produced, and directed by the one and only Tyler Perry. And this is damn near pornography.
It is pornography.
Oh my God. So again, let's start with what this even is about. So a man named Tyrone, played by Cristobal from Power. This actor needs to be better than this. Like, he should have looked at this script and said, I will be unemployed before I get joined this Tyler Perry production. But anyway, he's playing a man named Tyrone, fresh out of jail, with a friend named Daikon, who is his prison lover. And they've been together for a very long time. In prison, Tyrone has decided that he is now a holy man and represents the Raku, which I guess is another word for God, Allah, or some crazy shit. Anyway,
Whatever.
whatever. The point is, he is a holy messenger of the Raku, and him and Dylon have created a cult and have recruited women and men to be a part of this cult. And Tyrone is now known as the highest. And his fake Jesus looking self, as you can see him behind me, standing in this row with these people in purple. I'm not sure why everybody else wears purple. It could be a purple rain thing. What's up?
Daikon only wears black, if you've noticed.
That's true. That's true. His right hand wears black, like Darth Vader or some shit. But everybody else wears purple, even the men and the women. Yeah, we'll get to the orgy or gangbang, excuse me, that's behind Stacy. We'll get to that. Okay. But so the highest, he is very gay. Like, let's just get started with this. So he doesn't even not want to see or touch a woman. Okay. His right hand, Daikon, is like, he's bisexual, I guess. This is important as it relates to how this story develops. Okay, so the way this commune works, once you are recruited by Daikon or other members, like Clark, for example, who goes out there and recruits, they ask you to give all your earthly possessions to be free, which, by the way, is actually biblical. If you go to the New Testament, Jesus tells the parable about the rich man who could not give up his earthly possessions, and therefore he would be perished because he couldn't give. So there's some biblical like justification for some of these principles, to be honest. And most of these cults have some type of foundation in the Bible to justify the crazy stuff that they do. This cult acknowledges like Jim Jones, they acknowledge Waco, they acknowledge all these other cults that went to straight shit and either ended in self-murder or government murder. And these people still stay in this cult. Like they're like, we are committed. And like these cults, the highest is like, we're preparing for the day that we go see the Raku, when basically they kill themselves and the kids and everyone else there. So this cult is being investigated by the FBI, as you would imagine. Okay. So they bring in an agent named Andrew. Okay. So Andrew goes in deep cover after he finds out his wife Cynthia is sleeping with his coworker Malcolm for about 3 months. So Andrew is basically like, I'm leaving my wife, even though she don't know that I know that she's fucking around on me. So he goes into this cult and he meets a woman named Tally, and they have a baby, which is against the law because no men or women are supposed to have sex with each other because women are beneath men in this construct, which, and there is some biblical principles for that, to be honest. But the point is, they're like, men are at the top, women are on the bottom, to the point that a man can just smack a woman for anything and she apologizes for whatever she did, and almost apologizes for having to make him smack her. Like, it's some wild shit. Anyway, Andrew goes in deep cover. All right. He's being supported by Malcolm, the guy who's fucking his wife. Okay. So Malcolm is the surveillance guy just checking out the cult. They work for an FBI agent named Mac, who's by far the worst boss you've ever seen, who has no damn clue what's going on with his agents or their spouses, even though he talks to them 24 hours a day and has no sense of boundaries. When he calls his agents at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning while they fucking their wives, he don't care. He just picks up the phone. We got jobs to do. This is what you need to be doing. Anyway, Andrew deep cover, he hasn't responded to the team. Malcolm, knowing Andrew hasn't responded, calls Mac. Mac calls Brian. Brian is another deep cover agent, okay, who has a wife named Lynn. Okay. Lynn is a former Marine police officer, because Tyler Perry only knows about Marines. Like, if you watch any of his shit, if you former military, you are a Marine. There's 3 of them in the have-nots. Like, he needs to get other writers. Anyway, Mac asked Brian to go deep cover to find Andrew, who's lost in the cult. Okay. Brian tells his wife, Lynn, hey, babe, I need to go on this mission. Lynn is like, I got 2 degrees. I'm trying to get this life together, even though she sits at home and doesn't do a goddamn thing. Anyway, Lynn, after sneaking a peek at Brian's files, goes to the fucking cult in her undercover mission that she made up for herself with no backstory whatsoever. Stop. Oh, fuck me. With no backstory whatsoever. Double Cross was better than this. That's what the thing is. She goes to the cult and runs into Daikon, who asks her some basic ass questions like, how did you find us? She has no answer. How did you get here? She has no answer. What are you doing here? She has no answer. Daikon ends up bringing her into this cult where she meets the highest, who basically drugs her, leaving.
I put you down, I bring you back up.
Oh my God. So then, apparently Daikon rapes this woman. Like, and maybe a couple other people, I don't know, but at least Daikon got in it. They take her back home, which means they looked into her car, they found her wallet, they found her purse, they went to her address. How did they not see a photo of her husband, who's named Brian?
And remember, later on, when Sarah also goes to the cult, they find out that that's Andrew's wife. Why? Because they went through her shit.
So they know how to go through persons. Daikon is a criminal investigator of a CSI nature, because he's tracking footprints, muddy footprints in the cult to figure out what Andrew was doing, because he don't trust Andrew. And you shouldn't, because he's an undercover agent that went rogue. Anyway, Lynn.
With the Most High.
Oh, okay. We'll get to the. Oh man, we'll get to the seeding later. So Lynn wakes up in her bed covered in flowers and some other random shit. Brian is like, what? So he sees his wife. He's trying to get her back, wakes up. He takes her to the doctor. The doctor tells the wife that she was drugged and that she was probably raped. her initial reaction makes sense, right? She's embarrassed. She don't want to tell her husband. She's like, oh my God, she's trying to hide it. But what does she do after that? She goes and tries to get back with the rapist. Like she finds a little piece of paper in her wallet of LSD. She calls Daikon, the man who raped her, and she's like, I need to get back to you and this cult. She's now committed because somehow she used to be a crackhead, I guess, and now she's back on the shit, and we don't even know how she got here.
But does she want to be in the cult, or does she just want access to all the drugs that they have?
That she wants the drugs, and Daikon knows that. And that's why he's always like, you just want some of this shit. She's like, no. I'm just interested in the cult. Just give me a little bit more drugs and we can talk about it. She on that shit, man. She on that shit. And apparently she had a drug problem before. So her cousin Cynthia, who's an alcoholic, okay, because her husband Malcolm is fucking their friend Sarah, who Cynthia
don't know that initially.
She don't know that. She knows her husband's always out doing crazy things, right? But she's drunk every day. I mean, she's at Lynn's house drunk, trying to help Lynn, who's an addict herself. So this is not a healthy situation. Okay. Cynthia is crying to Sarah about what she thinks her husband Malcolm is doing, when the answer is Malcolm is doing your friend Sarah. Let's talk about unhealthy sexual relationships. All right. Come on, sis. Go ahead. I'm sorry, sis. I've been doing too much talking. Please explain the scene that's behind you and how we got to this point.
Well, the Most High handpicks his, I guess, men that he seeds, which is kind of pretty much self-explanatory, but there's anal sex involved. And he, I'm assuming, ejaculates into these men. And since these men are now carrying his seeds, then they can therefore have sex with the designated women who are handpicked to be coronated, which is basically this gangbang that's going on behind us. They all take turns having sex with her in hopes that she'll get pregnant and give birth to the Most High's baby.
What's the problem with that? We haven't seen anybody with a damn baby.
No babies yet.
So again, let's go through this biological 101 lesson that somehow is going on in this cult. A man comes into another man's butt. This results in that man being able to come into a woman, and somehow the cum goes across, it hops bodies. That's what this man does.
Spiritual thing.
It's, oh my man. The scene that you see behind her is that Ruth, one of the two main members of this cult, who's actually somehow the lead character in this show because it's called Ruthless, which you don't find out.
And she was on the Oval, and I guess this is a spinoff of the Oval.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go watch the Oval then. Fuck, man, I gotta figure out how we got here. I gotta do it. I'm gonna walk it back. I'm gonna watch it backwards to see like if I can see the episode where. So Ruth, if you watch the Have and the Have-Nots, see, tell me if this sounds familiar. A former prostitute turned madam, Candace, has this, but this time Candace was recruited into this cult by her friend Tally, who was in the cult a couple of years ago before Ruth was. Yeah, that's how it worked. So Tally got Ruth in.
Sisters.
Huh?
They're not sisters?
No.
Okay.
If it were or not, it doesn't matter. Tally was in it first. Ruth came second.
Mm-hmm.
Once Ruth and Tally realized that this cult
they were hoeing together, right?
Huh?
They were hoeing together, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They were,
but somehow Tally still got recruited for Ruth because
right.
she was in this Raku life, and then brought Ruth into this Raku life because they both were like, we're broken women, we're out here selling our ass for money. Let's give our ass to the Raku and do something good with it. Who will pimp you out anyway? So they now they're hoeing for the Raku, but you can't have sex here. Well, men can't have sex with women here. So Ruth has been elevated to the position of elder, which is why she's being gangbanged right now in front of the highest by all the men that the highest have had sex with, and his semen is in all these men, which they call cleansing. He cleansed these men with his semen, and now they're about to cleanse, therefore Ruth. One of the men in this picture is Andrew, the one who's in the far back, looking all sad and depressed right now. He's sad because one, he just gave up his ass literally to the highest, and he's upset because he has to have sex with Ruth, who is the best friend of Tally, who is Andrew's new wife, spiritual wife, because they're having a baby because they had sex.
They had sex. Mm-hmm.
And therefore she is pregnant, even though she wasn't part of a coronation. They just had sex on their own like regular people. And now she's somehow walking around this cult thinking nobody's going to realize that she's pregnant when she starts showing. So I'm not sure how far along she is. But anyway, Andrew's looking all sad because, again, he's got it up the ass, and that's not what he does. He's not feeling good about this. Daikon, who's next to him, is, again, the highest prison lover and has no problems with getting it from the highest. So he takes over in the gangbang for Andrew, who couldn't finish or even get started. Actually, he couldn't get it up. So Daikon gets it up, has sex with Ruth, and apparently, as Stacy pointed out, which I didn't put those two together, he must have liked it and fell in love, because from this point on, he's like sneaking into her trailer to finger her, bang her for a while.
While she's sleeping. Like, isn't the Most High going to be like,
wait. So we'll get to the smelling. We'll get to the smell. Hold up. We'll get to the smelling later. All right. So Ruth, who's now Ruthless, which you don't figure out her name until like episode 9 or some shit. Anyway, she and Tally come up with the plan that they got to get out of this cult with their kids. All right. So Ruth decides that she's going to seduce Daikon, who's a sadist. Like, he likes to beat people. He loves to see particularly women in pain, and that's what he does in the punishment trailer, to the point that Ruth figures out the one way she can really get on Daikon's good side is to trick this another woman in the cult into being punished. So this woman is strapped to chains. Ruth rips this woman's clothes off. The woman is butt naked, all right? Daikon is in the punishment room. Daikon whips out his dick.
Oh, she told him to, right? She was like, take your pants off.
She's like, take it. She took his pants off.
Take it out. Mind you, this show shows everything. Now, I don't know if it was a real penis or a prosthetic penis, but there are penises everywhere. So be warned.
Tyler Perry loves himself some penises. Like, what I got from this show is he loves penis. If he can see it, the better. Okay, so Daikon...
There's nothing on this show.
What's up?
If you watch Spartacus, it has nothing on this show.
Yeah. Sparkr was real, but that made sense. Like, that made sense. Like, Game of Thrones made sense. Like, even Westworld made sense. But this doesn't make any damn sense. Like, Tyler Perry, why are you doing this? What happened to the Christian messages? What happened to that? Now he's like dicks all day, every day. Like, that's what this show should be called, dicks, because that's what he does. He makes scenes so you see. Anyway, Daikon is beaten off while the Ruth is beating this woman from the back. I thought that was the craziest thing I was about to see. I was wrong. Ruth rides Daikon from the back while she's steadily beating this woman, and he nuts in her for the third time, because until Stacey pointed out, I forgot, in the gangbang, he nutted in her. They had sex before this S&M event. He nutted in her. This is the third time this man has nutted in her. He's boning her so much at this point that he's smelling like her now. So when he goes to see his man lover, the highest notices that he smells sweet and nice. And he wants to know why you smell like a woman. And Daikon's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. The highest other lover, at least on a main basis, when he's not raping this poor 17-year-old named William, whose ass was bleeding. Tyler Perry had a scene where a kid's ass was bleeding after getting raped by the highest. Tyler Perry did this shit.
This has to be illegal. The boy is 17.
Mm,
You
all
got
right.
teenage ass bleeding on the show. BT Plus. I need an explanation.
How can you go this far, BET Plus? How can Tyler Perry do this? Anyway. So River, light skinned dude that the highest is sleeping with, I guess the younger, lighter version of Daikon, which is very common in these black stories. The dark skinned lover will be replaced by someone lighter and younger than them, whether it be a man or a woman, I guess. Anyway, River, trying to please Daikon, says, "Hey, I smell good. How do you like how I smell?" So trying to please the highest. So River trying to please the highest when they're not playing naked strip poker, when they're not sitting up there holding each other while they watch movies and shit. So River smells like Ruth. He put on the perfume whatever that she makes. The highest goes, "Oh, you smell good. Where did you get that from?" "I got it from Ruth." Now, River knows that the highest is gay, like very gay. Like, I don't want even to touch a woman gay. But River, being young and I guess therefore stupid, thinks that he should try to tell the leader of this cult and his lover that he needs to take a wife. So the people stop.
Because they're whispering about his gayness. So they're questioning his authority, I guess.
Yes. His
So he's like, maybe you should get a wife so people can shut up.
And the highest ain't trying to hear any of this. Like, any mention of being the woman,
Women are
it sets
dirty.
him to a high degree.
Women are dirty. They're beneath him. Yada yada yada. But anuses and bloody anuses are clean. And
That's
poor
why.
Will can't even eat because his anus has to be clean and evacuated at all times, just in case Most High wants some of that.
That's William, the poor 17-year-old, who's a true like basket case. Like, he truly is a victim of all this, and all like I feel very sorry for his character. I mean, it's bad though. It's hard to watch it. All right, but anyway, so the highest smells River, knows that the smell of River comes from Ruth. Daikon, the highest is prison lover, who loves him more than anything. I mean, Daikon is truly committed to the highest. All right, and he will fight any man or woman that tries to come between him and the highest. So
I felt like this was a scene in Brokeback Mountain. Like, I can't quit you. Like, I love you. What am I going to do without you? Type.
episode 21 is what we're talking about at this point. So Daikon, who hasn't had sex with Ruth in a while, actually, for the record, but for some reason he still has the sense of love and of Ruth. So when he comes, sorry. So the highest smelled Daikon before the highest talked to River.
Right.
So the highest asked Daikon, "Are you sleeping with someone? Why do you smell like a woman?" The Daikon's response was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not been with any woman. It's just you, the highest. It's just you." River comes in coincidentally with the exact same smell. River tells him it belongs to Ruth. Daikon comes back and it's like, "Hey, your highest, how are you doing?" The highest whoops the shit out of Daikon because now he knows that his prison lover, his day one, his bottom bitch, if you will, because he is the bottom, is fucking Ruth. So the highest goes fucking crazy and beats the shit out of him and then wants him punished because he can't believe that he would lay with a woman.
Dirty women.
Again, the picture behind Stacy, the highest, has nutted in all those men, including Daikon and Andrew. All right. So anyway, it takes River to calm the highest down to say that Daikon must have used the same perfume that the River used, and he would nowhere near have sex with the woman, even though River continues to push this thing about the highest getting a mate.
And I'm trying to figure out what's his agenda. Because I thought he was going to sell Daikon down the river.
Yes.
Unintended.
Yes.
But
Oh, too much. I thought so too, but now I think he's looking for a strategic partner. I think he's thinking, if I can get Daikon right, then they two together can control the highest. Maybe.
yeah. Dick and
So
drugs, they'll just keep him dictified and drugged up
yeah,
until
or acidified because
the
yeah. So like I'm saying, like the highest gives the dick, he don't take the dick. Like
Oh,
this just for the record. Like he's definitely the top in this situation, except for Lilo, which is his parole officer, which is a light-skinned, bald stereotype of testosterone. Like, what is going on in this shit? So apparently, we find out later in the show that this whole cult that the highest got going on is really at the grace of his parole officer, Leo.
parole officers have that much pull.
One, he's off parole. Like they said in one of the episodes, he's not even on parole anymore. So I'm like, is he or is he not on parole? But every time, so Lilo is running drugs and hoes to the point that the highest sells virgins from his cult to Lilo. Yeah, okay, yeah. So Leo can sell them on the street. The quote unquote virgin part is that they're running out of virgins. So then Daikon and the highest give Lacey up to Leo, posing her as a virgin. Lacey has been getting apparently the biggest penis from Oliver, the tall, dark-skinned, big Southern stereotype of a mandingo black man who don't know much, but he got the penis apparently. So, oh my god. So Lacey is given to Lilo. Lilo tries her out, and apparently the men that are sleeping with her are much smaller than Oliver. So he brings her back as a return product to say, this woman got a hole in her. Like, she is not a virgin. And these guys notice the fact that she's not tight anymore because she's being wrecked by some penis. I can't
How
believe I'm about.
big? How big? Women give birth to 8-pound babies. And it managed to just go back to what it was. So his penis is large enough to just destroy this woman's vagina.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daikon tasks a guy named Clark on Dick Watch. Daikon tells this man to line up all the men in the cult, put them in the shower if necessary, to find out who has the biggest dick in this cult. We are not playing with you when we say these words. Tyler Perry wrote this shit. He directed it, he created it, he produced it. Tyler Perry loves himself some penises, and this is his way of just putting it out there. In this show, Daikon pulls down the pants of Andrew in public and smells his dick. One more time. A man smells another man's dick in public to see if he's been sleeping with a woman. That's what this show has. An older woman named Marva grabs the crotch of Oliver, Mr. Big Dick, because she wants to, because she's the older woman and she's like the oldest woman in the cult, but she's like, hey, I'm still a woman too. I still have needs, and she wants some of Oliver. It's interesting that Tyler Perry didn't write a part in that scene when she grabbed the dick to say, wow, this is a lot of dick. They kind of put it together, you know what I'm saying? Then we would know that when the big dick, mystery is resolved, oh, it's Oliver, right? That would have been consistent.
Well, she did reference his size. Because she was like, oh, it's not small.
Oh, that's right. Are you hard? Are you hard? She's some fake ass Jamaican accent or some shit. It's too much. Then she asked Oliver to walk her to her trailer again, and she breaks the lock of a guy in a shower because everybody showers in public. There's naked women showering in public. They're in the distance. The men showering in public are in the main part of the scene, and it's the man. It's the man and his dick, which are shown in this scene. I say once again, Tyler Perry loves himself some black dick, and this is what he's using to see it. I can't believe what the fuck I'm watching. Like, I'm like, anyone who's still like Tyler Perry is about, the Christian, that's why he stopped doing Medea. He's like, I'm about this dick, and I just need people to know.
Listen, when you texted me, it was like, remember when Tyler Perry used to do Christian shows? I was like, no. Because I literally did not remember.
What?
I was like,
that's how he made his bread and butter.
I know, but it was so
Chilies.
long ago, and I've been watching The Have and Have Nots. I've been watching If Loving You Is Wrong. Like, ain't none of that Christian values in there except for Hannah
Yes,
and
I would say. So I would say Hannah. I said Hannah's still that little, that sprinkle
Hannah is
of
going off
Christ.
the deep Hannah's going off the deep end.
Yeah. She pretty bad off. This this show will keep you watching because you can't believe what you are watching. When can it get? You ask yourself the question: can it get worse? And then it does. Like, trust me, Tyler Perry has further to go, and he will go there.
Yes.
I
It started off sniffing dicks, and the next thing you know, we
just
got
stroking
some
it. Just
BDSM type bloody anuses. Like, it gets worse.
it. So Clark, who's on dick duty, right? He had to get all the men together to find the biggest dicks. He didn't have time to do it. He just happens to be walking down next to all the open showers. He sees Oliver showering. He looks down, and you and him sees his dick, and he's peeing because he was putting it away. He was peeing. He watched Oliver pee, and Oliver had to put his dick away, and Clark was like, "It must have been you."
Has Tyler Perry ever been to prison? That's what I need to know.
It's it needs to be said. Like, I don't know, but the whole idea of a man who acts like he's with a woman but still wants to be with men sounds kind of familiar. I'm just
But he's
saying.
done that on a few of his shows.
Another thing he's done on his shows: gay men who want a straight man and their family won't accept them. In this show, the white guy who works at the food store, Jeffrey in the Have and Have Nots. A lot of
Mhm.
his characters are the same, and they are consistent in one thing: they love penis. Tyler Perry loves penis.
In 11 Years Wrong, there was a lawyer who was trying to screw his straight best friend, but he went both ways. His wife they were in an open marriage, so they both used to do their things, and he would always prefer to do it with men. Like, Tyler has something going on.
For the record, there's nothing wrong with being gay, Tyler. Just say it, bro. Just come out. Just come out and express yourself. Stop trying to hide behind these stories that you write.
He's a billionaire now. He can be like the black gay Hugh Hefner.
That's
He
what I'm
can have
saying.
like he got that big old mansion. He can have
Yes.
men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just do it, Tyler Perry. Stop writing these stories. Just be honest. Just say, this is who I am. See me, love me. Stop writing these shows with dicks everywhere. I just don't understand. Let me tell you the fool. Let's do some straight sex foolishness. So again, Sarah had an affair with coworker Malcolm, right? Her husband's a coworker. Okay. At one point in the show, you're led to believe that this was a one-time affair that Malcolm will not let go of. Like, he damn near stalks this woman. At one point, she comes to the office to ask where Andrew is, her husband, who went deep cover and hasn't been seen in a while. Malcolm grabs her, pulls her into his office, and I swear to God, I thought he was gonna rape her right there, because he was like, "You ain't leaving to his office till you give me some." It was crazy. Like, I was like, "This dude is crazy." Like, I was scared for Sarah. Fast forward when Andrew leaves the cult, comes back home, okay, to tell his wife that, "I know you've been fucking my friend Malcolm." He has a HD iPhone video of them fucking in red lights. I don't know where the red light special came from, but somehow he has the video. So he tells her, "You're a cheating bitch. I don't want nothing to do with you. That's why I took all our money and gave it to the cult." So now Sarah is broke. She has a son. She has a son that we've seen. Yet, when Daikon comes to the house in the middle of the night, she makes no effort to go save her son or check on him or ask why Daikon's in the house. When Malcolm comes over, okay, and bones her, all right, in their bed, in Andrew's bed, then Andrew, after confronting his wife, goes to see Malcolm's wife, Cynthia, the functioning alcoholic, she gets drunk, goes over to Sarah's house, okay, Sarah and Andrew's house, finds her husband Malcolm knee deep in her best friend Sarah. They have a full-blown fight, screaming and everything. Sarah slaps, like, actually, no, yeah. Cynthia slaps Sarah for fucking her husband and lying and being smiling in her face this whole time. Malcolm hits his own wife to save her, to save Sarah from her, right?
Mhm.
Cynthia storms out. Malcolm is screaming his ass off in Sarah's house, talking about, I'm gonna get her. I'm tired of this shit. Where's the son? Son don't wake up. He don't hear none of this shit.
Yeah, Big Mama's house. Well, yes.
No. I know he should have been. No, he was actually there in the house. I thought you were right until Sarah and Malcolm get back in Sarah's bed. They start fucking, and then he's like, I'm gonna fall asleep. And she's like, no, you gotta go because it's 6 o'clock in the morning and my son's about to wake up. You can kiss my black ass. I was like, what am I watching?
Mm-mm.
It's so Ruth and Tally are trying to get out this cult, right? So earlier in the show, you remember when fucking the highest was like, Tally, you have to be punished. Ruth come up here and beat the shit out of your friend in front of all these people and their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Tally's daughter crying like she should because she's watching her mom get beat. Ruth's daughter is smiling with no facial expression whatsoever. She's like she's already eating the food. So there's drugs in all the food. So everyone there is on drugs on a regular basis. Okay. Except for Tally, because Tally figured out, right? And supposedly she hasn't been eating. That's why all of a sudden, like she sees clearly, right?
Right, but then like they cook, right? So why would
Yes.
you just cook a batch of stuff for them that don't have the drugs in it?
I guess I'm like, how is Ruth still clear headed? Because shouldn't she still be eating the food? Because somehow she stopped eating the food. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, Ruth's daughter watched her beat the shit out of Tally and made no facial expression whatsoever. Like, I guess the drugs got to her at that point. Because before then, she was like, I don't want to be here. I want to go home to daddy. Because the show started with Ruth, Tally, and Daikon kidnapping fucking Ruth's daughter from her baby daddy, who you don't see. They're driving back in the car. Tally is driving. She says something to Daikon. The Daikon don't like. He smacks the shit out of her while she's driving. They wreck the car. And then Daikon is like, get your ass out and go get us another car. I'm like, what am I watching? They go, so Tally and Ruth go steal a neighbor's car. They get caught by the neighbors. They still get the car. They drive away. The sheriff, the country singing sheriff, comes to the cult to say, hey, I heard you stole a vehicle. They take this poor 17-year-old kid named William, put him in a dress, take him out to this farm to say, no, he stole the car. And then the highest ass rapes him for like at least 3 or 4 episodes. This is Tyler Perry, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tyler Perry unleashed, where he just do what he wants, how he wants, and what he wants is dark skinned naked men. That's what he wants. I mean, and that's the way it is.
And BET Plus signed off on this. They were like, okay, let them a check.
We're gonna finish this foolishness though. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I gotta see what happens. I gotta see. Every week I'm gonna ask myself the question: how crazier can it get? Like we were about to do the first 20, and then 21 dropped. I said, what the fuck am I watching? Like, did he just look at Oliver's dick and was like, you the biggest one out here? Did Marva just open up this shower door to see another dick? Like,
I'm surprised they didn't show it. Have him sling it over his shoulder.
oh yeah. They kind of showed it. Daikon was all the way out. I mean, I was like, I really thought that was a real penis. I was like, that was a real penis though? The guy in the shower, that was 100% because you was all connected to him and everything. Tyler Perry never passes up opportunity to show a dick. I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna finish it. Don't worry. Four more episodes. Three more. Sorry, 24. Right. So 3 more episodes. Once a week. We'll be back for episode 22 next week. But I had to get the first 21 out, dude. First 20, and then 21 dropped. I was like, I gotta watch it. I gotta see. This is a fucking train wreck. Like it is. It's a train ran on men. That's what this is, and women apparently. Oh man. I don't want to see another coronation. They have, so for the record, they haven't showed the cleansing. Like, it's implied. Oh, my bad. My bad. So when the Hyatt was humping William's ass, and then Andrew walked by and saw it and started throwing up until he got seated, and then he was like, never mind. I understand. Oh, let me back up. I'm sorry. Watch the show for the moment that Daikon takes a surveillance photo, I guess, of the highest having sex with Andrew in the ass, I guess at the moment of orgasm, on Andrew's face. Somehow they have a black and white 8x10 photo of Andrew busting a nut as he's getting nutted in. Daikon takes this photo and goes to Andrew's wife, Sarah, and shows her the photo. And because she's like, what are you doing in my house? He's like, who is Andrew? What does he do for a living? She's like, I want my husband back. She went to the cult to fight for her husband. That's before she knew that her husband knew that she was fucking Malcolm. But anyway, she went up there to fight for her husband. Daikon was like, he is with us and he's not leaving. Here is the photographic proof. And she said, that's the face he makes when we're in bed together. That was the face of orgasm. And she knew what it looked like when he's like, this feels good.
Yeah, because when she confronted him, he said, oh, that's Photoshop. They could have just made that picture. She's like, no, I know what your face looks like. So he gets busted because he has to confess that he went home. And so the Most High wants him to kill his wife.
Yeah. So now he's on a assassin mission because he truly wants to be in this cult. Like he remembers he's an FBI agent. He's not brainwashed per se. He truly wants to be in this cult with Tally. What's up?
Like, was he just really in it, or is he really like just devoted to his job to the point?
No, he's in it. No, he's in it for real. He's in it for real because he was about to shoot Brian, like for real. One point, Brian, the undercover FBI agent who sent to get the other undercover FBI agent, is pretending to be a local sheriff deputy that just added to the team. So he drives his police car by himself up to this cult, and the whole cult is like on edge. They all pull out their guns. Andrew pulls out this big ass sniper rifle with no ammo in it. There's no ammo clip in it. I'm like, did anyone not tell you that like there's a clip that goes in the bottom? Like this gun is empty, but he's carrying it like it's like ready to go. He points it at. I was like, come on, man.
That's not in budget.
Come on, man. Anyway.
But Melinda, which is the little black girl that they sent to screw Polk, Deputy Polk.
Yeah.
You remember she went through his drawers and she's like, well, what kind of deputy doesn't have any fire?
Yeah.
And she's switching on to that.
Yes.
Yeah. So see what happens with Deputy Polk.
And yeah. So Melinda just dropped her draws for Deputy Polk, who definitely has that David Harrington save-a-hole mentality. All these characters are the same, and he got his dick sucked just like dick sucking. That's why I wanted to bring up. So Lacey goes out to fuck Big Dick Oliver one night, and she starts off by sucking his dick, and her head bobs. And I wanted to acknowledge the attention to detail because in this show, Melinda, she gives Polk head, and her head does not bob; it just goes down. Which reminded me of the shit I saw in the Have and Have Nots when that shit happened. That's lazy acting. All right. Like, I'm like, if you're going to bother to give head in a show, your head needs to bob. I was like, I appreciate Lacey for going the extra mile and acknowledge it. And I was like, there you go. Oh, my bad. William was bobbing on the highest. Oh my God, it was so hard to watch. But he committed. He committed to the scene, and I respect that. I was like, you know what? That's real acting right there. That's dedication to the craft. I was like, yes. I don't want to know what research he had to do to get there, but he was crying over it. It was so hard to watch. It was so sad. He's like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it, or he'll be mad at me. And Daikon's like, no, stop it. Stop it. That's my dick. That's my job. You don't take my job. I really thought he was going to push him out the way to start sucking in himself. I thought he was. I really did.
I did too. So they pretty much keep him drugged up or sucked off to keep him from going off the deep end, I guess.
Yes. And he's
And
on heroin. Top of that.
hitting the buzzer so everybody doesn't have to drink the Kool-Aid.
Or the applesauce. Because they're about to feed the kids poison applesauce. That's how those kids are going to go out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what to say. I can't wait till next week though. I can't lie. I can't lie. Like if I was like, am I looking forward to the have-nots, or am I looking forward to Ruthless? I'm looking forward to Ruthless. I need to see how this goes. I need to see how this cult all goes to shit. Like it's gonna be a Waco thing. Like it needs to be the highest that says fuck it. He straps up, Daikon straps up. They all go out there in a blaze of glory. It's like pop, 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 and like Mac finally becomes an actual real FBI agent. Like he, Malcolm, and Brian team up together, kill all of them, get Andrew out of there. There you go. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm for. And Ruth just rides off into the sunset with Tally, their 2 kids, because they love them kids. They keep talking about them kids. You haven't seen the kids. You haven't seen the kids. But they keep on talking about the kids.
He's not gonna go back home. He wants to be with Tally and his new baby.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But he's gonna fight for Tally. He's gonna fight for Tally. How is the baby still alive when they kick the shit out of her, including Ruth? Remember that? There's no way that baby's still there. Ruth kicked the shit out of her stomach specifically, and then the men jumped on her too, right? It was a team effort. Like everybody whooped Tally's ass. There's no possible way she's still pregnant. Absolutely not. She should have had a miscarriage at this point.
Men get punished like that.
Men don't get punished. They get ass raped. That's all the punishment they need.
Apparently, some of the men enjoy it. So
I'm saying that's how the high says. That's how it will cleanse you of your sin. It's a win-win situation.
Remember, he said he didn't want to marry Ruth because she was a whore and she was unclean.
Yeah.
And then River's like, well, you can cleanse her. I'm trying to figure out what's River's
game plan.
He was talking to Ruth and he was like, I know you're trying to leave. I know so-and-so started listening to all the people who were trying to get out.
Maybe he's another undercover FBI agent for like another branch. Like he's like deep cover.
He's the most dedicated FBI people I've ever seen.
Ain't there'll be no dick sucking for me. I'll tell you that right now. Like I'm like, I'm out. They're like, you gotta go undercover. And I got what? I'm out. Like, here's my badge and my gun. Fuck that cult. Y'all figure it out. Ain't gonna be me. Just to let you know. No. It's too much.
Children, David, do it for the kids.
Oh yeah, that's what got Lynn. Lynn was like, I gotta go save them kids, and now I gotta get high. That's on them drugs. I'm like, how do you not know your wife had a drug problem? Brian is making no effort to fix this shit. Like he's too big focused on this cult. Malcolm just totally forgot about being the lookout for the cult. He's like, fuck it, I'm full blown trying to get Sarah. That's it. He quit his job basically. It's like he's like he hasn't got back to work. Andrew, he's just committed to and like how far is this cult from DC? Like they just jump in the car and they're there like in 5 minutes. Like how far is this cult? I'm very confused.
And remember, he's trying to fix the bus so they can take the kids to Mexico.
To the Mexico border.
What are they?
Let's not. There's no Mexico border near DC. What the fuck are you doing? This don't even make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Fuck me, man. I was like, stop. See, Stacey, why you got to bring up logic? And I'm getting more mad. This show makes no damn sense. It's not said in Texas. It's not. It's in somewhere in Virginia. I know they said that. It's somewhere. How the fuck are you driving to the Mexico border? No bus is gonna ride that long. How long you want these people to be gone? Just so these kids can be mules?
The mechanic with the big shoulders.
Yeah.
He's gonna turbo power the bus so they can get there extra quick.
Tally put the spark plugs in a shitty toilet, and then she had to go back to the toilet to get the spark plugs out of the shitty toilet. I couldn't even act that. I'm sure it wasn't real shit in that toilet. There's absolutely no way I was sticking my hand in anything that slightly looks like a shitty toilet. This is commitment from these actors. Like, I'm extremely impressed to their dedication, because I would have been like, you getting a stunt person, or I'm just gonna quit. You can kiss my ass and think I'm sticking my hand in that. No.
Had a stunt person when she got beat up by Malcolm.
Oh yeah, that one real. That one
Showed
real.
in the after credits.
Oh really?
She had a
Oh,
stunt double when
huh?
she bust her head, I guess.
She what?
She had a stunt double for when she bust her head, I guess.
Really?
I guess.
You
I mean,
watched
why?
the after credits?
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out somebody's name. I couldn't remember who it was. But yeah, I watched the after credits.
That's dedication, man. Amazon just keeps on going for me. It's like next episode, boom. Like I was like, I barely see the credits. I was like, let's just keep it moving, man. I got to see what's going on. Like whose ass is next? Like I don't even know.
Your ass is safe.
I know ass. I thought I thought the mechanic was about to get it. Like the mechanic hasn't been ass raped. Neither has Oliver, which is interesting. So not every man gets it. It's only like the sacred seven, for example, or whatever special lover. So Daikon is like that's day one. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's his bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And then like River is like number two.
Mm-hmm.
And then William is the drug mistress, huh?
Got William. He has some other boy in there.
Nah, I just thought those three.
I
On
feel
a
like
regular basis, William, Daikon, and
the
River.
regulars,
Yeah.
but I thought I saw like some other man.
There was men in there giving him drugs, yes. Like when it's time for him to go to the Raku or whatever, like there's certain men that does that. I'm sure that other people, like stroke him every once in a while. But I mean, he does have like his like top three.
I'm disappointed that we never got a crystal ball power scene with like this little sex scene.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
really good shape.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, cause he was with the Jimenez sister. Like, we never got.
They
That's right.
broke it. He went to prison. He meets Daikon,
Daikon.
and now he's gay.
They could have connected it that way. This could be this power spinoff.
Courtney would be like, nope.
She would no, she would be like, I got it. Hey, power never ends. She's so shit. This is Power Book 6. Oh yeah, we gotta do a video on that, actually. All right, guys. That's it. We'll see you here next week. I'm sorry if you thought this got too graphic, but the show got too graphic. You see this show, you fully appreciate. We ain't making up none of this. This is all facts. Like Tyler Perry did it, man. We're just the ones that have to tell it to you. Like, don't watch this around your kids. Like, I don't know why I have to say that, but in no way, shape, or form is this show. No one under 18 should watch this show. Like, your kids would be messed up. Your teenage kids should not watch this because their minds would be messed up. Like, you gotta be a certain age to watch it so you can appreciate what you're seeing and not be shocked and disgusted by it. Like,
I was shocked and disgusted, and I'm fully grown.
I'm fully grown. I'm still like, oh my God, what did I watch? I can't watch this after 6 o'clock because I gotta go to bed, and I don't want this in my head when I go to sleep. Like, that's real. Like, I say, no, I got cut off Ruthless at 6 o'clock. Then I go watch something else. I'll go watch Power. I'll go watch Tariq shoot Jabari 5 times before I watch this again. I can't do it. I got to clean my head with violence.
With some ID channel.
Yeah, that's right. You got to do ID channel. Or Double Cross next week. Anyway, we get off track. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video, you can comment on the video, share the video. Let us know why you watch Ruthless, why you watch us talking about Ruthless. Did this video make you want to go watch Ruthless? Do not watch around. Fully prepared when I'm telling you. You need to be prepared. That's what we're trying to do. Don't come back to this channel and be like, David, why'd you recommend this filth to me? I told you it was filthy before you watched it. I said that. But you didn't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta be ready. Gotta be ready.
Curiosity. That's what got me. Amazon, I'm gonna need y'all to pay for my therapy.
Amazon be recommending some wild shit to Stacey. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. Like, he don't do that shit to me. So I'm like, Stacey, what are you looking at? What are you up at night at 3 o'clock in the morning looking that Amazon said this is what you want? You know you want it. And you're like, no, okay.
All messed up.
You're like, okay, I'm gonna click this button, but I don't want to, but I'm going to. I ain't gonna lie. BT Plus got me. I'm watching this. I'm watching the other bullshit, the Family Business season 2, because season 2 is on BT Plus, which means it's gotta be filthy, huh?
What happened to season 1?
Nah, I skipped that shit. I was like, that's regular BET. I was like, nah.
Oh, okay.
I watched the first episode. All the cussing was like censored. I was like, nah. I'm watching BET Plus. Like Like, so season 1 was on regular BT. I remember I used to see the commercials, right? I was like, oh, that looks like an okay show. Maybe I'll check that out. And then I couldn't find it. I was like, because it got sent to BET Plus. So season 2 is on BET Plus. So like Mercedes is in season 2 at some point. And now they're cussing. And Tretch is in it for Naughty by Nature. He's in it. Oh damn! The sister from Terror Lake Drive is in it. The one to play JoJo and is in every other black show. She stays employed.
All we need is Clifton Powell, and I know it's gonna be good.
I was like, this is it, bro. I was like, so I was like, I gotta watch this. But yeah, I got skip season 2. I gotta see the real like a ratchetness. And then I'm like, it's only 13 episodes. I'm trying to work through it, see what's going on. But yeah, BET Plus, man. Don't watch it with your kids. It's wild shit. But they got my money. I ain't gonna lie. They got my money. I got the 7-day trial. I was like, I'm gonna ride this out because this is hilarious.
They got your $10.
They got my $10 now. They got me. I was like, oh damn it. Why'd they get me? Because Tyler Perry, man. It's a love-hate relationship. Cause I'm like, I just like, why are you doing this to me, Tyler? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to yourself, Tyler? That's the question.
It's therapy.
He's working his issues out. And one day he's gonna stand up and say, this is me, see me, love me. One day. Anyway, guys, thank you guys very much for watching. We will see you again next week.